Okay, so this video is going to show you how to swap a drop sensors on a Snakky machine. We need to take the bucket and the shelves out. So you pull the shelf forward and cock it up and then pull it out again. You have to reach inside, see where the connecting is, pinch the connector together and then pull it up and off. Can be a little bit tricky, but persist and it will come away. I've also knocked a cap off one of the motors, which is very important that you have the caps on the back of the motors. So I'll put that back on quickly, take the shelf out and remove it. Next thing we need to do is take the guard off. So the security guard that's on there, it clips up and off. Bear in mind I'm using one hand with this while I film with the other hand. So I'll just use my thumb and just clip it off at one point and then swap hands and do the same with the other side. These can be a little bit tricky sometimes getting out, so you might need two hands just to prise it up. Okay, once you've done that you need to remove the bucket. So there's two screws at the back, there's two screws at the front here, and then if you go underneath they should be four. On this occasion there's only three, but if you remove all those screws and then also the guard for the door, take that out and remove that. Now with the screws removed you should be able to just pull the bucket forward and the vent bucket should just slide out. To reveal the chiller. Now you can tell that the sensors aren't working because there's a little red light on the right hand side sensor which flashes. So if that flashes 3 times then you know that there's an issue with the sensor, it's not receiving from the other side. So in order to remove the sensors before we do anything else we need to take the power off the machine. Any electrical work on these machines you also always have to do it with the power off. Now there's one locator screw on the back of each sensor. On the left hand side it's at the back right, so we need to unscrew that one. And then with your fingers stick underneath the sensor, pull up, yank it up, pull it up and then prise it out of the top section there to reveal the sensor inside the plastic holders. And the same with the other side. So if you unscrew bottom left, there's one screw there located. Take the screw out. On this occasion the screw didn't come out, but I knew I'd undone it properly, so I just had to then pull it from the bottom and then release it from the top. And there you go, so there's a sensor. So that is the receiver sensor because there's two wires in there, and that's the sender, so there's one wire in there. Okay, so we need to remove these. I'm going to do it with one hand because it's quite simple. Some of them have got cable ties that cable tie the wire to the plastic housing of the sensor, so we just need to get some snips and just snip that off. It's not essential that they're on there, but some machines you'll find that there's no cable ties. Some machines will have cable ties. On this occasion it has got cable ties, so I'll snip the same on the right hand side, being careful not to snip the wire in the process. Once I've got them off, again just remove 2 connections. And it's a good job these sensors are no good, because if they were good they're now no good. Right, so we've got the housing. How these clip out, you just get a little screwdriver and just prise it open on each side. There's a little lever there that kind of holds the circuit board of the sensor in to the holder. So if you lever them out, take the old one out, get the new one, make sure you put it in the same way. There's little holes along the bottom there that will allow the sensor to sit into place, so put that into position and just clip it back in. There we go, that's one done. And the same with the other one. So again, little screwdriver in, just be really careful that you don't damage the green circuit board there. So prise that up and out, so remove that and then replace your new sensor in, and then just clip it down with your fingers. Nice and gentle so you don't damage the circuit board. Okay, now we've got them swapped, we need to fit them back, so it's the same process. So you plug the left one in first, so get that in the hole, make sure it's nice and tight and you put it in properly, otherwise it won't work. Now to locate these, you've got 4 squares. You want to put the 2 lugs in the top first because the bottom ones will clip in. So locate the 2 in the top and then rest it in place and then push it in. Clip it in, make sure it's nice and secure. And the same with the other side. So you won't get these connections wrong because they won't fit in the other holes. One I think is a 6 pin and one is an 8 pin, I believe. So you stick the 6 pin in there first. Make sure it's nice and tightly in and snaps in place, and the second one is nice and in. There you go. Now this one's got an extra wire that comes out, it's in the way, it's for the lighting circuit, so you need to make sure that is out the way before you clip it in place, otherwise it won't clip in properly. So I'm just going to hold it with my finger. There's a little cutout groove there on the side. You just hold it in place, and then the same applies as did the last one on the left. So you locate the 2 top lugs in first, and then holding that wire out of place, press the bottom and snap it in, and they should click in. Get the screws back in, just to make sure that they held in place properly. That's it. Okay, now the sensors are done, now it's fitted back in place, then we need to put the vent bin back in. So if you make sure that these rubber seals are on top of the vent bin when you push it back in place, so you raise that up and then it slides back in place. Just be careful on the top right hand side, you'll see that there's a load of wires there that for the chiller. You don't want to snag any of those, so make sure they're not in the way. It might be a good idea just to move them out of the way slightly with your hand whilst you're pushing that bin in. Then stick the screws back in, 4 along the bottom, or 3 in this case, and 2 on the top and on the back. Once you've done that, you need to put the security guard back in. Now the guard sits in place where on top of the plastic holders for the sensors, so you'll know that you've got the guard in place correctly and it moves, which is good. Those sensors are in place correctly and you've screwed them in place. If the alignment is not quite right, then the sensor holders might not be in properly, so you might have to double check that, but on this occasion that's absolutely fine. And now we need to put the shelf back in, which again is a little bit difficult. What I normally tend to do is, before I put the shelf in place, I get the wire in. It's important to put the wire up around the back of the connector and then in, so that the wire doesn't get snagged on the runner as you shut the drawer. So up behind the runner, around the back of the connector, and then put it in place. If you want to purchase 54, it's £2, by the way. Well, that's clipped in nicely there. And then get the shelf back in. Well, there's 2 little lugs on either side of the shelf which go in over the top of you see the circular pieces there, so it goes over the top of the circles, and then lift it up and in, slide it back in, job done.